Why do industries choose self-regulation over government rules? Imagine a world where industries set their own rules instead of waiting for government agencies to do it for them. Why would they do that? Well, it all comes down to how industries can better manage their own standards and responsibilities. When industries choose self-regulation, they can craft rules that fit their specific needs and operations more closely than broad government laws. This means they can be more flexible and quicker to adapt when things change rapidly, like new technology or market shifts. Self-regulation allows industries to use their own expertise to develop standards that are practical and relevant. For example, in sectors like manufacturing or technology, companies know their processes best. They can create safety standards, quality controls, or ethical guidelines that are more suited to their work than generic government rules. This can help them avoid overly complicated or costly regulations that might not fit their particular situation. Another reason industries prefer self-regulation is that it helps build trust within the industry and with the public. When companies develop their own codes of conduct or compliance programs, they often feel more responsible for enforcing them. This internal ownership can lead to better compliance and fewer legal violations. For instance, companies might create internal policies that align with legal requirements but also address industry-specific issues like fair employment practices or environmental impact. Self-regulation can also be a strategic move to avoid stricter government rules. If an industry can show it is capable of policing itself effectively, regulators might step back or set less demanding rules. This saves companies money and time because complying with fewer or simpler regulations is easier and less expensive. For example, industries like finance or healthcare often develop their own standards to stay ahead of government mandates, which can be more rigid and slow to change. Coordination on technical standards is another benefit. Industries can develop common practices that improve product safety and quality faster than waiting for government agencies to set rules. For example, in the technology industry, companies might agree on cybersecurity standards or data privacy practices that protect consumers and boost industry reputation. Of course, self-regulation isn't perfect. It depends on companies honestly enforcing their own standards. Sometimes, firms might take advantage of the system without following the rules, which is called free-riding. To prevent this, governments often keep a watchful eye or set up oversight bodies to make sure industries stay on track. In employment and corporate governance, self-regulation helps industries create codes of conduct that promote fair treatment, safety, and legal compliance. These internal rules help companies avoid legal trouble and foster a responsible working environment. For example, many industries develop their own ethical guidelines on issues like workplace safety, discrimination, and harassment, which align with legal standards but are tailored to their specific context. In the end, industries pick self-regulation because it offers them more control, saves money, and helps them stay innovative. By creating their own standards and rules, they can respond faster to changes, build trust, and sometimes even prevent stricter government rules from taking hold. It's a way for industries to stay ahead of the game while still meeting legal and ethical expectations.